made it to a Friday. It's Metro News Talkline back in the Encova Insurance Studios. Didn't get a lot of time to get to the text line or your comments this week. We're going to make up for it today. This is Metro News Talkline, and we are underway.
Do not attempt to change the station. You are surrounded.
We interrupt this program to bring you an emergency news bulletin. Repeat, this is an emergency bulletin. Keep your radio turned on.
From the studios of WVRC Media and the Metro News Radio and Television Network, the voice of West Virginia, comes the most powerful show in West Virginia. This is Metro News Talkline with Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows.
Check set lineup link. Activated Telos telephone. Switch network control from Charleston to Morgantown.
Stand by. Q Dave and TJ. You're on. Metro News Talkline is presented by Encova Insurance, encircling you with coverage to protect what you care about most. Visit Encova.com to learn more.
Good morning. Welcome inside the Encova Insurance Studios. Gang's all here. Made it to a Friday. It's going to be another snowy Friday. Sophia Wasik is our video producer this morning. Jake Link is handling the video stream if you're watching on the Metro News TV app or one of the other outlets such as Facebook. I guess it's a platform. Facebook, YouTube. You can find the video stream there. Of course, we are on several. I've lost count. We're on many affiliates, great affiliates across the state of West Virginia on your radio dial as well. As I mentioned, we've been very, very tight. We've had a lot of content from the state capitol the last few days. We've not been able to get to the text line. We're going to do that today. We're going to try to make up for it a little bit. Get some of your thoughts, have a little conversation amongst us prior to steam release coming up 11:33. Brad McElhinny, Chris Stirewalt, Steve Cotton going to join us as well. Big game for the Herd coming up tomorrow at the Cam Henderson Center. With all that, say good morning to TJ Meadows, who anchors from the Charleston Encova Insurance Studios. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. And I was just on the phone with Dave Miller of our affiliate WMOV in Ravenswood. Snowing there. Ooh. Heavy enough to affect visibility. I have a report snowing in Ripley, I guess heading this way down to Charleston. So, yeah, here we go again. Here we go.
But this is, this is 1 to 3. It's poorly timed, though, is the issue here. It's when people are at work. I know a lot of schools were either going virtual or up here there were several early dismissals, try to get them home before the snow hits, get kids out of there. So I'm ready for spring. I'm ready for warm up next week, right? Is that what I heard? Warm up next week?
I think so, but like into the 50s, so we get a heat wave. I'm ready for summer. I mean, I'm over it, dude.
Let's get pitchers and catchers in camp. Let's get the hot dogs going.
Move on.
And move on. I'm ready for it. I think we all are. 800-765-TALKS, the phone number. 304-TALK-304 is the text line. As we mentioned, very busy the last couple of days over at the state capitol. We hadn't got a lot of time to chop up some of the items that have come across our plate this week, including, TJ, what I like to call now the Rupee Amendment. That's what I'm going to go with, the Rupee Amendment. You wrote about this part of your commentary this morning. Rupee Phillips, the Logan County Senator, joined us on Metro News Talkline yesterday. He's the lead sponsor for Senate Joint Resolution 19. Originally, it was you have to be born in West Virginia to qualify as a candidate for governor. Now, he walked that back on the show yesterday, said there's some things he hadn't considered. He was going to change that to a 30-year residency requirement. And I guess we're breaking our own rules because usually we try to wait for things to start moving. But this has got some reaction. The governor's administration, the first lady, reacted to the proposed amendment yesterday. And I get it, TJ. I get it that everyone wants the chief executive to be someone who has the state's best interests at heart, who has the citizens' best interest at heart, and not using it as a stepping stone onto this thing. But I don't know. I don't know, I guess, is where I am. 30-year residency required. What makes you a true citizen or true resident of a state? Is it 5 years, 10 years, 15 years? What if you leave and come back? I know there are a lot of hypotheticals there, but I think what this really does is illustrates the tension. We all talk about it. We know it's there, the tension between the chief executive and the legislature. Because if there was no tension there, this doesn't come up.
I think you're right. I know you're right. And this bill just exemplifies that tension is thickening. It's getting harder and harder for these two entities to get along. No secret, last year the relationship got off to a very rocky start between the legislature and the governor. And things like this just show that it has not improved. We have seen Governor Morrisey start to dive into Senate primary races, House primary races. We see a press release from the Black Bear PAC this week talking about the $3 to $4 million that they have available between the governor's personal PAC and the Black Bear PAC to influence, to advocate, whatever word you want to use. That was read as a threat and a shot across the bow to go after legislators in the upcoming election that aren't on board with the Morrisey agenda, seeking to elect those who are on board with the Morrisey agenda. There are bills that are running and bills that aren't running because of that relationship. And that's really that is the genesis that brought this on. You are 100% correct. If that relationship was healthy, you wouldn't see this. But here's the thing. Genie's out of the bottle now. Mm-hmm. The question is out there. Reframing, recasting the legislation to have a residency requirement and a look back at that requirement that is currently 5 years. That is a different question in my mind than the birth question that first came up. You shouldn't have to be born here. Phillips came to that conclusion after seeking some counsel and getting counsel from others. And so now the question is, why 30 years? Why 5? I don't know. Why 5, Dave? In the beginning, why did we choose 5? So if this bill doesn't run, it will be seen as not allowing the citizens of West Virginia to be able to chime in on the issue on the ballot. And they may very well say in their wisdom that 30 years is too long. I don't know.
I did look up, and I didn't spend a tremendous amount of time, but this is mostly according to Ballotpedia, so take it for what it's worth, but I believe it to be pretty accurate. Most states do have some sort of residency requirement. Most are in that 5 to 7 year range. Ohio, oddly enough, has no. I mean, you could go over there and set up residency, run for governor, and whenever I don't know when their term's up. I don't know when DeWine's up for election, but no residence requirement. I saw 6 months. One state had 6 months. Missouri had the longest one at 10 years. You have to be a resident of Missouri to run for governor there. Nobody had 30. 30 seems like a long time. Is that 30 continuous years? Is that if you leave and come back? I know we're playing hypotheticals here, TJ, but you're right. Genie's out of the bottle now. And is this going to get serious consideration? Does it move out of committee? Is there support on the House side for such a thing? If nothing else, Rupi has started a conversation none of us anticipated coming into this session.
I hear there is support on the House side, frankly, to run the bill. I'm not sure if it gets out of committee in Senate, but that's the criticism it will face if it does not, is that you denied the voters a chance to weigh in on this. First Lady Denise Morrisey, chimed in on social media. She was offended by the bill. She has a military background, military family. They moved a lot. She characterized this bill as being unfriendly to the military, as a disincentive for people who have served, who may want to move here and then run. A couple things on that. This would not affect the House or the Senate. It doesn't affect the Board of Public Works. It's only affecting the office of governor. Now that it's a year requirement, or looking at the years to opening up that 5 years, I don't know that the born here issue holds or doesn't hold merit as much as it did. She pointed to Nebraska. She's from Nebraska and said, what, you want me to go back to Nebraska and run for governor? Which I don't. She said, I don't. And oddly enough, I looked at Nebraska. It's 5 years in Nebraska. You have to live there preceding your election. And, that would be a question for Nebraskans, just as this would be a question for West Virginians. It's out there, man. Do you put it back in the bottle? Did the people care? I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
Did you know in South Carolina, you have to run for governor, you have to believe in a supreme being? Now, it's totally unenforceable, but it is on the books in South Carolina.
Really? I did not know that.
Totally unenforceable, but you must believe in a supreme being.
Do you pledge an oath to that?
I have no idea. But South Kakalaki. So what? I mean, you know where we end up? I brought this up with Dave Allen yesterday, TJ. Where we end up is, I think, trying to determine an individual's motivation, right?
Yes.
Isn't that really what it is? Because, as I said when I started, none of us want our state to be a stepping stone to the next thing, if there is a next thing. We want someone who's dedicated, bought in, et cetera, et cetera. That's why maybe that's why Rupi picks 30 years. Maybe that's why we pick 5. You could point to and I'm going to use him as an example, and I just want to make clear, no insider information here. A guy like a Brad Smith goes off, builds a great career, lives in California, lives in Silicon Valley. He comes back. Would you question his loyalty to the state if he came back and a year later wanted to run for governor? Certainly not. I don't think you would. Nobody did it when he was offered the job to be president at Marshall. And again, I'm just using that's an example, not trying to imply Brad's going to run for anything anytime soon. Certainly not.
Right or wrong, perception or reality, it goes back to that relationship and the relationship this governor has had with this legislature. If it were a smooth relationship, if we were all singing Kumbaya, this wouldn't be happening. Point. It's just a point. It would not be happening.
You're exactly right.
So did the governor bring it on himself? Did the legislature overact? Is Phillips overreacting? I don't know. But again, when it becomes muddy, you got to let the voters decide. That's where I ended up with this thing. So let the voters decide.
So we decided, or I decided to let you decide. There's a lot of deciding going on there. Got a flash poll up on my X handle, @DaveWilsonMN. What should be the requirement? No requirement, 5 years, 15 years, 30 years. You can weigh in poll results at the end of the show. Speaking of Brad Smith, he joined us on Talkline earlier this week on Marshall Day. We talked about a variety of topics, but I think both our ears perked up. Almost called you Hoppy there, TJ. I had to stop for a second. TJ, when Brad Smith mentioned the Teams West Virginia, the Jobs Ohio model, you brought it up. You asked him about it, and he was very supportive of the idea.
Enthusiastic.
Yes.
Sounds like he's playing a role to be an architect of the idea and working with the legislature. Here's what I took away from that. Business guy, you mean talking. When you got a former Fortune 300 CEO that turned a 180, I mean, he turned into it around. It was not heading to a good place, and he turned it around. He sits on the board of Amazon, the board of J.P. Morgan. Why would we not listen to this guy when he says this is what you need to do? This is how you attract business. And it just seems, at least to me, I haven't seen the bill. I haven't heard movement. There's not a sense of urgency around this Jobs Ohio-like mechanism that we want to employ. Now, the House has done some other things as part of the Team West Virginia agenda, but why would you not enthusiastically run this thing? Why isn't the legislature all over this thing when you've got a guy like Smith, that's Brad from Canova, as he likes to call himself, wants to do something like this and is telling you this is a good thing? It kind of blows my mind, frankly. It's a huge missed opportunity.
There are different weights when Dave and TJ say it's a good idea, or if Brad McElhinny, when Brad Smith says this is a good idea, everyone should perk up and listen and ask why. Why do you think this is a good idea? Guy who ran a company, a multi-billion-dollar international company. Please, if you think it's a good idea, maybe it's something we should really take a long, hard look at. And I totally agree with you there.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the other one I talked about that is kind of my knucklehead thing of the week.
Is this 680?
680. 680. So we are going to repeal the personal income tax. That's what this bill would do. Completely take it to zero. Completely repeal the corporate net income tax. And look, I want to be clear. I hope I have been clear. I detest the income tax. I detest a tax on labor.
I never got that from you, TJ.
Well, good.
I never got that feeling from you.
Now you know. Consumption, luxury tax, I think that's a more it's a more ethical way to go, frankly. I think it's easier to assess. I think everybody has skin in the game that way. And corporate net income taxes, no business in America pays taxes. Every tax on business is a pass-through. Their models realize it as a cost and a pass-through, and the consumer ultimately pays for it. Yes, they pay a lot of taxes on the books, but that's who ends up paying for it as a price and a cost of goods sold, the consumer. We want to get rid of those. I think that is a worthy conversation. But Senators Rose, Rucker, and Chapman want to do this, and that would equal $2.5 billion, with a B, Dave, dollars, is what these taxes brought into our general revenue in the last fiscal year, half of our general revenue. They want to replace all of that with no plan to tell me how you are either going to cut $2.5 billion in expense and service out of this state, and or what taxes you are going to now roll to implement and gain the $2.5 billion revenue number back in another tax. When you do something like that and you don't have a systematic plan, you don't have the spreadsheets, you don't have the pro formas to bear it out and show how you're going to do it, my personal opinion, that's more campaigning than it is governing, and I don't think anybody should buy it.
It goes back to kind of where we started this conversation with regard to the residency requirement. Motivation matters. To me, it does, at least. Mm-hmm. If you are as a lawmaker, if you are proposing a bill that addresses the concerns of your constituents, is something you believe is a morality issue, it's something that you believe needs to be done. Okay, you have my attention. We may disagree, but I understand that. If you are proposing something purely for campaign material, to score points, to be able to go out and say, I propose that we eliminate the income tax, knowing full well it's not going, and I know this happens. Motivation matters. Then are you serious about what you're doing, or are you just trying to score some points heading into election season? That would be my question.
I think it's a fair question. And, I think we should talk to these folks maybe next week and have them on to talk about it. And look, if I have missed their plan, if there is a pro forma out there that spells all of this out, how to do it, where to cut in the budget, what you want to do to replace it, I apologize. I don't think I've missed that, though. So if it's out there, I will look at it. And forgive me if I missed it, but I haven't seen it.
304-TALK, 304 is the text line, 800-765-TALK's the phone number. We'll get to some of your comments. More thoughts from the legislature. Brad McElhinny will join us bottom of the hour. I did see some subcommittee meetings got postponed this morning because of the pending weather. So we'll get the latest from under the Capitol Dome with Brad. We'll talk some basketball later on this hour as well. It's a Friday. It's Metro News Talkline back in the Encova Insurance Studios, and we'll be back in a moment.
Since 1926, the West Virginia Hospital Association has been the collective voice of our state's hospitals. With a shared vision of strengthening communities, improving lives, and supporting our state's economic well-being, our member hospitals work every day to provide high-quality, accessible care. This year, we celebrate 100 years of a unified voice and our ongoing commitment to supporting our members in achieving a strong, healthy West Virginia.
A message from the West Virginia Hospital Association, online at wvha.org.
Coal-based generation remains the backbone of West Virginia's energy portfolio, ensuring reliability, security, and affordable electricity throughout the region. Our coal plants are engineered for performance, designed to run most efficiently at or near a 70% capacity factor. This level of operation is not arbitrary. It's based on sound engineering principles, scientific analysis, and has been formally adopted by the West Virginia Legislature as a reasonable target for optimal performance. When our coal fleet operates near that benchmark, it provides stable power to the grid, maintains cost efficiency, and supports thousands of good-paying jobs across our state. Coal generation also drives local tax revenue that sustains schools, infrastructure, and community services. Working in partnership with state leaders and the Trump administration, we're ensuring that our coal fleet remains modern, efficient, and ready to power West Virginia and beyond for decades to come. This message brought to you by the West Virginia Coal Association and Friends of Coal.
Tens of thousands of hardworking West Virginians earn their living in our state's growing natural gas industry, including thousands for Antero Resources, West Virginia's top natural gas producer. Antero's investments are boosting our local workforce and small businesses. We're proud to give back and invest locally to support West Virginia workers producing West Virginia energy. But the Mountain State's best days are ahead, and Antero Resources is just getting started. Visit AnteroResources.com to learn more.
You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at wvhtf.org.
Across West Virginia, hospitals are always here, healing, helping, and standing strong for our communities. Hospitals save lives and build livelihoods. They're among our largest employers, with a passionate workforce of 54,000 West Virginians. Hospitals are economic drivers, contributing close to $17 billion to our state's economy and working to ensure access to care for all. From life-saving moments to wellness support, West Virginia hospitals keep our state healthy, our families strong, and our future bright.
New year, new truck. Start your year off with a new truck from Dan Cava Toyota World. Now lease a 2025 Tacoma for as low as $299 a month. Save over $7,500 off on select Tundras or get 2.99% for 72 months. It's your last chance to get a gas model 2025 RAV4. Don't miss out. Come experience cars you can count on year after year. Dan Cava, Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop Thorold.
Poca Valley has proudly served the citizens of Roane, Kanawha, Putnam, and surrounding counties for over a century. As your trusted community bank, we're committed to building relationships and meeting your financial needs. And with the Poca Valley Visa card, you can enjoy competitive interest rates, no annual fees, and a rewarding points program, all from a bank you know and trust. Visit your local Poca Valley office to apply or call us. Poca Valley, where relationships matter. Member FDIC.
West Virginia. Metro News Talkline is presented by Encova Insurance, encircling you with coverage to protect what you care about most. Visit Encova.com to learn more.
800-765-TALKS, the phone number, 800-765-8255. You can text the show at 304-TALK-304. All right, I said we get to some text today. We're going to do it. We'll get to some phone calls as well. Texter says, my take on Brad Smith's idea and the lawmakers ignoring him, simple, they're just like D.C. lawmakers. His ideas are not theirs. As usual, arrogance, just like sixth graders, says Jim. Yeah, that plays into it.
It's plausible.
This residency legislation is this year's legislature's fulfillment of their insatiable hunger to waste time on items of little impact on the quality of lives of everyday West Virginians. The days wasted on raw milk, personal whiskey distillation, and the selection of library books to come to mind. Look, to be clear, I don't know that anybody spent a tremendous amount of time on SJR 19. It just got introduced. Rupi was on the show yesterday. Rupi Phillips, senator. So I don't know how much time they're wasting on it, but I get your point. 304-TALK, 304. That's a lot of consuming to fill a $2.5 billion hole, says the texter.
Fair point. So can you make it up? Maybe not.
Put it on the ballots. The rupee should be up to the people of West Virginia. The different legislatures can be against it, but let the people rule. Yes, go back to Nebraska and New Jersey. He's a carpetbagger waiting to run for the U.S. Senate. If you were born here 5 years, not a native, the rupee rules, says the texter. In South Carolina, the supreme being would be Donald Trump. Hey, guys, just think. We may still be without our new and wonderful WVU president just because he hasn't lived here for 30 years. This is a stupid way to get attention, but he has it. Laughing emoji from the texter. All right, more of your texts. We'll get to some phone calls as well coming up. Brad McElhinny will update us from the state capitol, find out what is and is not happening under the Capitol Dome this morning. A little bit later, we'll talk basketball with Steve Cotton, voice of the herd. They got a big matchup tomorrow with Miami. Chris Stirewalt will join us as well. You get very insulated in the Capitol Dome. We'll find out what else has been going on around the world this week. We'll talk to Chris at 11:06. We're off and rolling. This is Talkline on Metro News for 40 years, the voice of West Virginia. It's 10:30. Let's check in with the Metro News Radio Network. Find out what's happening across the great state of West Virginia.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Chris Lawrence. Another winter storm headed into West Virginia. The National Weather Service has that winter storm warning in effect for the central and mountain counties of the Mountain State. Western counties under a winter weather advisory. Snowfall expected to continue throughout the day today and into tomorrow morning. Western counties may see 1 to 3 inches of accumulation, 4 to 10 in the mountains. Meteorologist Simone Lewis at the National Weather Service in Charleston said behind this system, more cold temperatures.
This system is going to usher in yet another reinforcing shot of cold air into the state. And Saturday, much of the state is going to be experiencing wind chills below zero once again.
Large number of schools in the state called off for the day, anticipating the ill weather. Town of Wayne has modified its do not consume order for the town's water supply, adjusting it to a do not drink order. The order means that consumers can now use the water for laundry, showering, and washing dishes, but still need to refrain from drinking or cooking with it. The water crisis has been ongoing for 3 weeks after oil from a transformer got into a stream that feeds the town's water system. The mother of Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf says she and her family are witnessing a miracle with her son's recovery. Melody Wolf says they're leaning heavily on faith.
But from the time that we got the news to the time that we walked into his hospital room and saw him, it was just laying hands on him.
You're listening to Metro News for 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.
Who are the toughest men and women in the area? It's the 41st Annual Tough Man Contest, coming tonight to the Parkersburg High School Fieldhouse. Sponsored by Astor Auto, Shirt Factory and Sporting Goods, Pro Trust Advisors, West Virginia Mobile Drug Testing, North Central West Virginia Airport, J.W. Potts Insurance, and All Tech Environmental and Construction. After party at the West Virginia Polo Club. Buy tickets at WVToughman.com, at the Polo Club, or at the door. Tough it out tonight at 7 p.m.
I'm Chris Lawrence, and the great outdoors is coming inside. Join me at the 24th Annual West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show presented by Can-Am, March 7th and 8th at Milan Park in Morgantown. More than 100,000 square feet of fishing gear and hunting supplies, outfitters and charter boats, ATVs, campers and tractors, guns, knives, and much more, all under one roof. An outdoorsman's paradise. The West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show, March 7th and 8th in Morgantown. A WVRC media event. A former Hancock County Sheriff's deputy gets the maximum sentence for possession of child pornography. Patrick Hoder was given a 2-year prison term after his guilty plea to the charges last November. Hoder addressed the court ahead of his sentencing on Thursday, saying that he was deeply ashamed and apologized for what he had done. Mountaineers got the win on the road last night over Cincinnati. See a full recap at WVMetroNews.com. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Chris Lawrence.
Metro News Talkline from the Encova Insurance Studios. Got a flash poll up at on my X account, at Dave Wilson MN. How long should the residency requirement be to run for governor? No requirement, 5 years, 15 years, or 30 years. This is what we do. We put it to the people. This is by no means scientific or official, but we will have final poll results at the end of the show. What do you?
Can I vote?
Well, you can do whatever you want.
I didn't know
you're part of the people, aren't you? We don't have we got Jake running the video. Man of the people, Zach Karolchek, not running the video stream today. 304 Talk 304, a couple of texts here. Military family here. In the military, you can declare any state you want your residency and be gone as long as you want, as long as you are still serving. Ohio elects a new governor in 26, hashtag Vivek, says the texter. Something about Kid Rock and budgetary deficits. We'll get back to that in just a bit. Brad McElhinny. Some of these I should really read before I start clicking on them. Brad McElhinny is our statewide correspondent. He is at the state capitol this morning. He's brought to you by AARP, your ally for real possibilities in the Mountain State. Connect on social media at AARP West Virginia and learn more at aarp.org/WV. Brad, good morning.
Hello, good morning. And it's a fairly active day here at the state capitol. A full floor session for each, the Senate and the House of Delegates. Several bills up for passage. There have been some committees meeting this morning. However, I hope you're seated. We're going to get more winter today. And so I don't think you'll see a whole lot of activity this afternoon as people try to get back to their communities.
Brad, one of the bills moving, House Bill 4461. That's the number, but what's the bill?
Mm-hmm. That's one of our sponsors. I will take note. AARP, a valued sponsor, has an entire agenda of consumer focus, and this is one of the bills under that agenda. It aims to regulate the billing practices of internet and telecommunication companies during prolonged service failures. So if you've ever wondered, like, why do I not have my service? It's been going on a week now. I got nothing. This might be the bill for you. There are a couple of caveats. It would not penalize companies who are just dealing with a natural disaster. Also, if companies are affected by cyber attacks, that again would be an area where they wouldn't be held liable under this bill, but it would be a bill that would benefit people who have been without their internet provider for an extended period of time.
Do they get refunds, or what's the teeth in the bill to make?
They do. They get prorated credits. They must automatically be issued prorated credits, and to ensure compliance, the Attorney General is authorized to levy civil penalties and monitor monthly usage data submitted by the companies. But for the consumer, the main issue would be to be prorated.
Metro News statewide correspondent Brad McElhinny joining us from the state capitol. This would be state capitol adjacent, if you will. But Governor Morrissey issuing a press release naming a new leader for the State Department of Homeland Security.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's Michael Bayless, who many of us have encountered in various roles. He is someone who has consistently been in demand over the years. Most of us know him from his time as the communications officer for the state police, but most recently, Michael Bayless has been the United States Marshal for the Southern District of West Virginia. I think Metro News just had a story, possibly a Jeff Jenkins story, of him leaving that role, and Governor Morrissey swooped in and grabbed him, and today has announced that Bayless will be Secretary of the West Virginia Department of Homeland Security. That's a significant agency, and Bayless brings a wealth of experience.
Now, kudos to the governor. I think that's a good move, Dave. I think that's a solid hire. It's a chance. You have a man that's retiring from the federal system, spent many years here in the state. That's a good hire and a good move, in my humble opinion.
Metro News statewide correspondent Brad McElhinny joining us deep beneath the Capitol Dome. You're down in the office this morning. Is that where you are?
Much to my better judgment, because I walked in and the sidewalks remained icy from all the weather we've had so far. And when I go back out, I imagine it'll be a snow globe.
Brad, I won't ask you what else is going on today because, it's Friday, there's weather. But from the last week, what stood out to you from meetings, from conversations? Just what stood out to you from the last several days at the state capitol?
Oh,
that might be a worse question. That might be a worse question, TJ.
I think the thing not being said really is the governor, within the last week, put it out there on social media that he would like to see. He believes his administration has identified enough give for a 5% income tax cut. He laid it on the legislature to get the other 5 that he would like to see. But I mean, unless you ask someone, you're hearing nothing about that. So it's more that the governor has set forth a major goal and it's almost undiscussed.
I mean, it seems like the 5% is even in question, Brad, when I talk to people about whether or not that's even palatable and doable.
Yeah, I think it's really in question. And, there are expenses that the governor has not accounted for. One is if the legislature wants to do anything on the school aid formula, the governor's budget doesn't account for that. So it would be some additional expense. The other is that Medicaid is significantly supported by federal dollars, but the state's got to put its own dollars in. It's got to match that. And at this point, the governor's budget has some Medicaid expenses accounted for with the potential of ending the year with surplus. Just because you've calculated for a surplus doesn't mean it's going to happen. But Medicaid is an expense that the state's got to pay for one way or another. And so there were questions yesterday afternoon in the Senate Finance Committee to the Human Services Secretary about, are you kidding? We have ongoing expenses and you're accounting for that through potential surplus? I just think that if the legislature pays for things that are unaccounted for in the current budget, that quickly gobbles up whatever give there might have been for the 5%.
Well, we had Delegate Scott Heckert on the show back on Tuesday, a guy who's certainly known for being backward and bashful. But we just asked him point blank, are you confident these tax cuts can get through? And look, Scott Heckert is a guy who, generally speaking, is supportive of tax cuts. And he said, no, he's not confident. We've got delegates and senators on the record. We've all talked to them off the record. I don't get a sense of high confidence from anyone, even the most ardent tax cutters in the Senate and in the, there is Senate Bill 680. We just talked about that. But beyond that, TJ, I don't get a high sense of confidence that this is going to happen this session from anybody.
I think you're right, Dave. And the very thing Brad just talked about, I'll tie that back to these local county school systems. How did they get in trouble? They were using one-time dollars from COVID for ongoing operational expenses. So, yeah, why not do that at the state? Why not use a surplus you're not even sure you're going to have to take care of ongoing obligations on your operational side? I mean, that's nuts.
And
that's
Brad,
just plain nuts.
And, Brad, you brought up the school aid formula. I had a couple of conversations this week, and I am feeling stronger and stronger that we won't see any major changes to the school aid formula because it's such a heavy lift to try to get it done during the session. We may see something down the road in a special session. We may see something with special education funding, maybe heavier weighted for special needs students, but we're a long way from a full-blown overhaul of the school aid formula, and that's something I know we were talking about coming into the session.
Yeah, I mean, I think the later it goes, next week is the 30-day mark, halfway. And, you know, when you read between the lines of what people say, the thing you touched on with special education dollars, that the state really has significant expenses for students who are considered special education because they often have to have nurses or one-on-one teaching. They are students who deserve an education like anyone else, but it is more expensive to provide that to them. And I think that may be an area where there is some focus on trying to reimburse school systems to a greater degree for that particular category of student. And even that would relieve some pressure. But it will be a focused way of getting about it, which is something the state, you know, potentially could handle within the remainder of this legislative session.
Brad, it's been very quiet on the bailout bill. Everybody was talking, was making a lot of noise, and now no one's talking about Hancock County and the bailout bill. I take that to mean we're going to take a different route here. We'll do a supplemental appropriation maybe, but this mechanism that would create this bailout system, is that out of vogue? Is that done? What are you hearing?
You know, Senate Education Chair Amy Nicole Grady agreed to take that bill back in the back to work on it in the garage. And I think that there was not the urgency that there had been at the very start of the legislative session, because it seems that everybody's comfortable that the public employees of Hancock County are going to be paid into the spring. I think, look, don't take this to the bank when I say this. I think the date was through April. I don't want to cause panic or undue stress over what the date is, but you know, even that's coming up pretty fast. If it's only April, the session ends in the middle of March. So it seems to me that there still may be an incentive to get something done on that, but not the rush that there was initially.
He's Metro News statewide correspondent Brad McElhinny. Read his work at wvmetronews.com. He's brought to you by AARP, your ally for real possibilities in the Mountain State. Connect on social media at AARP West Virginia and learn more at aarp.org/WV. Brad, we appreciate it. Have a great weekend. We'll catch up on Monday.
Oh, thanks. Bye.
We'll take a break. We'll talk hoopy ball when we return. Marshall, big game against Miami, Ohio tomorrow at the CAM. We'll talk to the Voice next.
Picture a community where every space tells a story. Those are the communities we're designing at ZMM Architects and Engineers. With a blend of creativity and technical expertise, we design spaces that inspire, innovate, and ignite change. From cutting-edge educational facilities to community-centric gathering spaces, we're committed to improving lives through design. Let us help you shape a brighter future for generations to come. Because at ZMM, it's more than architecture. It's about building your legacy.
Hospitals drive West Virginia's economy. They produce jobs and create opportunities while keeping our communities healthy. Employing nearly 54,000 people, West Virginia hospitals rank among our state's largest and most dependable employers. They provide more than $1 billion in community benefits and generate nearly $17 billion in total economic impact each year. Hospitals are investing where it counts, advancing health, ensuring access to care, and powering West Virginia's economic future.
A message from the West Virginia Hospital Association, online at wvha.org.
Coal-based generation remains the backbone of West Virginia's energy portfolio, ensuring reliability, security, and affordable electricity throughout the region. Our coal plants are engineered for performance, designed to run most efficiently at or near a 70% capacity factor. This level of operation is not arbitrary. It's based on sound engineering principles, scientific analysis, and has been formally adopted by the West Virginia Legislature as a reasonable target for optimal performance. When our coal fleet operates near that benchmark, it provides stable power to the grid, maintains cost efficiency, and supports thousands of good-paying jobs across our state. Coal generation also drives local tax revenue that sustains schools, infrastructure, and community services. Working in partnership with state leaders and the Trump administration, we're ensuring that our coal fleet remains modern, efficient, and ready to power West Virginia and beyond for decades to come. This message brought to you by the West Virginia Coal Association and Friends of Coal.
At Glenville State University, we are pioneers. With over 45 undergraduate degree programs, 17 NCAA athletic teams, and countless campus organizations and activities, we're here to help you build your story while becoming a part of ours. Glenville State University, your dream, your future, your story. Visit glenville.edu today for more information.
You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
I have had a complicated relationship with food. My job was to talk to heart failure patients about diet and exercise. I felt like, why would you listen to me? Because I was not following a diet that was healthy for me. I needed help. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 175 pounds. I feel like I'm free. They hold the skill, they hold the tools, and they're waiting for you to come say that you need the help.
Trojan Landing Marine is now Charleston's newest power sports dealership.
We now feature a full line of sleek Suzuki street bikes and four-wheelers. We're now offering the innovative riding experience of Benda motorcycles. The next step in motorcycle evolution with all-electric Zero high-performance bikes. We've now got Segway vehicles starting as low as $10,000. Come in and check out our great selection of high-quality Benelli and Royal Enfield bikes. Visit Trojan Landing in Charleston, now your water, road, and dirt dealership.
Coming to Parkersburg High School, February 6th and 7th. Who are the toughest men and women in the state of West Virginia? Watch Tough Man live on Metro News Television to find out. Featured fights, top 5 finishes, and event archives. Download Metro News Television on iPhone, iPad, Android, Roku, LG TV, Apple TV, Fire TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Find out more at WVMetroNewsTV.com.
Stike Wealth Enhancement Group is now Wealth Enhancement. And we craft detailed financial plans for people like you because you're building your retirement your way. You deserve advice that's built to handle what your life brings. To meet with your Stike team advisor, call us at 304-443-4240 or email stike-info@wealthenhancement.com.
Metro News Talkline is presented by Encova Insurance, encircling you with coverage to protect what you care about most. Visit Encova.com to learn more.
This Valentine's Day, fall in love with your internet again. CityNet Gig Fiber delivers fast, reliable speeds with no contracts, no data caps, and local West Virginia support. And right now, new customers can get 50% off any internet plan for 1 full year with plans starting at just $25 a month. Check availability at your address. Visit citynet.net today. CityNet, love at first speed. 800-765-TALKS, the phone number. 304-TALK-304 is the text line. Texter says, all the serious budgetary and basic deficits we have, healthcare about to blow up, polluted water, environmental destruction, loss of population, lack of education, etc. And you guys diddling around with Rupee's ridiculous birther crap and pandering how it feels feature on poor injured guard guy? Really? Republicans created many of the problems we confront. How about actually holding them to account instead of publicizing Trump's stupidity? Asks the texter. I'm sorry, did we mention Trump today?
I think that's from Alan's show.
Oh, I didn't see the timestamp on that.
In, and I think that was from Dave Allen's show.
Well, then he probably deserved it then.
I may or may not have been on the show at that point. I don't know.
So maybe it was your fault.
So maybe it's I don't know.
I didn't see the timestamp on the text there. I apologize, texter, but I'm sure Dave Allen deserved every bit of it. Let me see, 304 Talk 304. Early steam release, but Montague County schools don't seem to want to educate our kids. By the end of February, it'll be 17 straight weeks where there has not been a full 5 days of classroom instruction. Montague County is making me want to send my kids to private school where kids are actually in the classroom learning. Sad, says the texter.
A friend of mine who lives in Mon County and works at the Capitol came up to me yesterday and told me about this. I was shocked. That's a big number, Dave. 17 weeks.
Has it been that long? I mean, the weather's been pretty. Since
weather's been bad.
Weather's been bad since Christmas break.
But 17 weeks.
Wow. Did they go to school? I think they went to school today, but early dismissal up here.
My kids were out today. I'll look at some of the other counties. I'm not sure.
Texter says, I think all the residency requirements should be looked at. Some needed years added and some needed years taken away. In Fayette County, Governor Morrissey appointed a circuit judge who has not lived in Fayette since the 80s. Worked for a firm in Charleston, lived in Charleston. He changed his voter registration from Kanawha to Fayette the day he took the oath of office, says the texter.
If part of the 5-year residency is to ensure that people are familiar with the state, in tune with the state, and ensure people have a vested interest, and then they're just parachuting, as it's called, into West Virginia to run for office. I will be interested to see if this resolution moves, if they open it up to other offices within the Board of Public Works. Is there a requirement to be AG, treasurer? I mean, do you open up and look at that? I'll have to look at those requirements, but I'll be interested to see if other offices, because this has nothing to do with the House, nothing to do with the Senate, but if it's going to deal with the chief executive, should it deal with the other statewide elected offices? I don't know.
304 Talk 304, the text line, 800-765-8255. We'll try to catch up with Cotton around 11:20 this morning. See, we built in a buffer in case Cotton was taking a nap this morning. Must have dozed off. He's a very hard-working guy. I'm sure he just dozed off in his office there, awaiting our phone call, I'm sure. 800-765-TALK and 304 Talk 304. Back to wrap up hour number 1. Tell you what's coming up in hour number 2. This is Talkline from the Encova Insurance Studios.
The weekend's almost here, and are you looking for the perfect way to enjoy the water? Lou Wendell Marine Sales has you covered with Avalon pontoon boats. These luxurious high-performance pontoons offer smooth rides, spacious seating, and top-tier durability. Built with precision and style, Avalon pontoons deliver comfort and reliability season after season. Visit Lou Wendell Marine Sales today and experience the Avalon difference. Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
At the Health Plan, we are here for you, and we have been one of the most trusted carriers for over 40 years. Headquartered right here in West Virginia, providing exceptional health coverage and local customer service.
The Health Plan, we are here for you.
Hi, I'm Chris Lawrence, and the great outdoors is coming inside. Join me at the 24th Annual West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show presented by Can-Am, March 7th and 8th at Milan Park in Morgantown. More than 100,000 square feet of fishing gear and hunting supplies, outfitters and charter boats, ATVs, campers and tractors, guns, knives, and much more, all under one roof. An outdoorsman's paradise. The West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show, March 7th and 8th in Morgantown. A WVRC media event.
Cyber criminals don't send flowers or Valentine's cards. They send phishing emails, ransomware, and fake login requests designed to look harmless but capable of doing serious damage. CityNet helps businesses stay protected with layered cybersecurity solutions, continuous monitoring, and expert support right here in West Virginia. This Valentine's Day, don't fall for the wrong kind of attention. Learn more at citynet.net today. CityNet connects, protects, and perfects.
You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
On the next State of Minds.
My dad always said, don't let any one individual control your destiny, what you do, what your value is. And I wasn't about to let Paterno do that to me. I mean, it was just a phenomenal time, my first game, and to be accepted as a Mountaineer.
Start your new year off right with a new ride from Dan Cava GMC. Come explore our 2026 GMC Acadias. Spacious, smooth, and made for everyday life. It's truly a fan favorite. Drive into winter with a new 2026 GMC Sierra, now up to $12,000 off, or lease as low as $499 a month. So upgrade your ride this year with us at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop Thora.
It's high school basketball season, and Metro News Television has you covered. Rivalries, buzzer beaters, classic hardwood competition. Watch live and on demand from gyms across the Mountain State. Stream Metro News Television on your iPhone, Android, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select smart TVs. Or visit MetroNewsTV.com for more information. High school basketball lives here on Metro News Television.
Jackpots are growing in West Virginia. Jackpots are on the rise every week. Powerball hits Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Mega Millions lights up Tuesdays and Fridays. That's 5 chances a week to get in on life-changing jackpots. Play in-store and online. 18 plus to play. Please play responsibly. The Powerball jackpot is $102 million. Mega Millions jackpot is $346 million, so go ahead. Play today. I have confirmed Steve Cotton was not napping. Although the host may have given the producer the wrong number. That is a possibility.
Can you imagine if some guy would have been named Steve answered, okay.
That would have been fantastic. That would have been great. Because I called Cotton and said, did Sophia get a hold of? He's like, no, I was waiting. I'm like, well, I just told everybody in West Virginia you were just taking a nap, taking it easy. But apparently I flipped a couple of numbers around when I jotted that down.
It happens.
Sent it away. So
I did it yesterday and honestly had a very pleasant conversation with a man named Carl. True story.
Carl. That's fantastic. So Steve's going to join us at 11:20. We'll talk about the Herd and the Red Hawks coming up tomorrow at the Cam. Chris Stirewalt will join us 6 minutes from now, plus more of your text and Steam release at 11:33. Come on back for hour number 2. This is Talkline on Metro News for 40 years, the voice of West Virginia. Hoppy Kercheval, 5:55 a.m. How early did you get in that day, by the way?
Probably 3:30. Probably 3:30.
How long did you do sign-on shift?
I signed on like 7 years.
Not all.
6 days a week for 7 years.
Lightweight.
I know. Couldn't do it now. Now when I wake up at 3:30 is to go to the bathroom. And go back to bed.
Welcome to the 2 o'clock hour, Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com on a Wednesday, and I apologize because Stephanie Pauly is our producer, one of the producers of the show, and normally she has everything. We have a thing we call the run sheet, when we have who we're calling and what we're doing and so on. And so, and Stephanie, I don't even know whether you know this, I did the run sheet today, and I put the wrong date on. I put 2025 on it, because how many of us in modern day actually write the date out anymore? I mean, you did it when you were in school, you did it back when people wrote checks and whatever. This may have been the first day that I have written the date down, and I was responsible for putting together the sheet. And my co-host, the lovely and talented AB, starts the show by saying January 24th, 2025, because she read it directly off the sheet. And it is indeed the year of our Lord, 2026.
Oh, yeah, he did find something out. Something, you're related to Thomas Jefferson?
Well, no, I'm not related to Thomas Jefferson, but I am related to Samuel Kercheval, who was a historian.
I'm going to tell you something about Samuel Kercheval. Him and Jefferson out smoking corn silk. Kercheval told him, Thomas, I don't know about this country. Might want to start again.
He could.
So I don't have a monitor here, so I really can't see what happens at the beginning of the show. Mm-hmm. So at what point do I pop up? When the music starts and Mr. Announcer comes on?
Yeah.
So they see all the little panic things that I do that I'm still in the process of setting up?
Yes. They see you shuffle about uncomfortably. They see you blow the dust off your headphones. They see you put in like 2 cough drops at the same time.
Oh, yeah. I don't do 2 at the same time. Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't know that. I should probably. Now, these shows are archived, right? So I can go back and watch them.
Yes.
So I could live this show in real time and then go home and, when I say something to Linda like, hey, did you hear when I did this? And I don't watch it. Well, let's get in front of the TV and watch me do it again for 3 straight hours.
Yes, it's archived just like the audio podcast.
Ah, that's right.
And see, this is the thing that gets the NCAA in trouble, when it goes to court here. Is there a clock or not? Greg, we talk about the clock all the time. Mm-hmm. If he began in 2019, the clock should have run out, whether he's played the 4 years or not. And that's part of the argument, because some guys go right through the clock, right? TJ Finley, we've mentioned many times on this show. 7th team coming up this year. He's playing for Incarnate Word. He's played 7 seasons at 7 different schools. Now, why hasn't his clock started? Why doesn't he have the 5-year clock? So if you're Aguilar, I get it.
He just bounced him off the ropes. Somebody save this man. Oh, my Lord. Oh. Very nice, very nice. He hit him with everything he didn't want.
Ten seconds remaining.
It'll be a direct snap here.
Snap back. It's Tyler. Tyler fakes the run. He throws. He's got an open man. Pass top 10. 5. End zone. It's a touchdown. Pulled in by Nestor. 3 seconds left.
Are you kidding me with the play call right there by Kevin Whiteman? Again, forget the game-winning field goal. Whiteman says, we're going to try and win this thing right now. The direct snap to Tyler sucked everybody up, and Nestor slips behind. What an unbelievable gutsy play call, and then perfect execution by these Falcons.
Things aren't always going to be great. And sometimes, you can work really, really hard and it's still not great. You're still not successful. But, if you continue to do it, one way or another, things are going to be work out. You're going to be successful. And it may not be in the world's eyes, but, God's made us this way. He's blessed us with so many things. And I think that's one of our attributes that we need to have is we're going to continue to work. We're going to continue to work hard. And if it doesn't work out exactly how we want, just keep plugging away because God's got better plans.
Metro News Talkline is presented by Encova Insurance, encircling you with coverage to protect what you care about most. Visit Encova.com to learn more.
Second hour of Metro News Talkline. Dave and TJ in the Encova Insurance Studios. We'll be back at the state capitol on Tuesday. 800-765-TALKS, the phone number, 800-765-8255. Text the show at 304-TALK-304. Got a poll question today over on X, at Dave Wilson MN. How long should someone be a West Virginia resident to qualify to run for governor? No requirement, 5 years, 15 years, 30 years. You have an hour or so left in the poll. Your opportunity to weigh in. We'll catch up with Steve Cotton. We'll preview the Marshall-Miami, Ohio game coming up tomorrow. The undefeated Redhawks coming to the CAM for the Sun Belt MAC Challenge. Should be a good one. It is a sold-out event tomorrow at the CAM Henderson Center. Steve will join us about 15 minutes from now. Say good morning once again to TJ Meadows in the Charleston and Encova Insurance Studios. Good morning, TJ.
Good morning, sir. My wife, and Chris Stirewalt wonders why in the world she even married me, sent me a text just now. It's snow-covered in the greater Taze Metroplex. I walked outside. The cars in the parking lot are covered. So, yeah, here we go, batten down.
Hope you got your bread, milk, and cheese for the weekend. Chris Stirewalt's politics editor for The Hill and News Nation, host of The Hill Sunday on News Nation and the CW, senior fellow at the American Enterprise Institute, and author of books on politics and media. Chris, good morning.
Good morning to you. Do you know I found something out? I don't think that they air The Hill Sunday on my hometown station at WTRF. I've received word that this is true, and I'm hurt. I'm deeply hurt by this, and I want to know, WTRF, what can I do to make it up to you? How can I get the Wheeling feeling? Please let me know.
What is the reason for this oversight?
I don't know. And I want to rectify it, because I can only assume that it's something that I've done wrong. I mean, I did enough wrong when I was a kid in Wheeling that maybe that's just how it is. But WTRF, I want to make it right.
All right, we'll get Howard Monroe on that. He's our Wheeling connection. Howard can make anything happen in the Northern Panhandle.
He's got the juice.
Chris Stirewalt joining us. All right, we've been in the Capitol Dome the last few days. You get very insulated in the upper rotunda there, trying to keep up with the Senate and the House. So can you catch us up? What's going on? What has been your focus over the last week, nationally speaking?
Oh, boy.
That's a simple question, Chris. Easy.
Well, let's take what's the news today? The news today, the controversy, today's Greenland. So I've come to use the term Greenland to describe these discursions that the president takes himself on, his party on, and the country on. And today's Greenland is a video that depicts Barack and Michelle Obama as apes, as monkeys, that the White House is defending, because the White House says that this is actually a meme inspired by the Lion King, and therefore, because it is inspired by the Lion King, it is not racist. And we have people saying this is racist, you are crazy, you can't depict black people as apes, and you know better, and you have then some Republicans saying, cry more libs, blah, 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 blah. Now, it doesn't ultimately matter whether or not what Donald Trump's intent in posting this was or whatever else, because it's just another Greenland, right? It doesn't go anywhere. If Donald Trump eventually apologizes for this or doesn't apologize for it, or Barack and Michelle Obama say whatever, it's just Greenland, baby. It's just it's a distraction. It's a diversion. If you like Trump, you say that he's playing four-dimensional chess. If you don't like Trump, you say that he's actually diverting you from the Epstein files or whatever it is that you think the worst issue for Donald Trump would be. And it just takes us back to Greenland. It's just another empty waste of time, whatever you think it is. And I mention that simply because there are big fundamental disputes and disagreements going on in Washington right now. There's a fight over funding for the Department of Homeland Security. I think the most significant thing of the past week in that way is that Democrats have scored a lot of political victories in the first year of the president's second administration, but they've scored basically zero policy victories. The only part of Donald Trump's cabinet that was defeated was Matt Gaetz, which is saying something, but like Tulsi Gabbard got confirmed, Pete Hegseth got confirmed, all of that happened. The big, beautiful bill passed, was enacted. A bunch of his executive orders that were supposed to be challenged in the courts weren't. The court has on a lot of things, has been broadly affirming. And the vibe from Republicans was, actually, we are winning so much that we get tired of winning and we can sort of do what we want. So the shootings of the two folks, the two Minnesotans, of Renee Good and Alex Preddy, definitely changed quite a lot, because but for that, there's no way that the Democrats would have succeeded in getting Department of Homeland Security funding cleaved off of the larger bill to avoid the government shutdown, because that puts Republicans at a massive policy disadvantage. The bigger the shutdown, the better for Republicans. As we saw, Republicans got through the whole fight over the previous shutdown and gave Democrats nothing, right? They said, well, we're going to work on a bill to extend the Obamacare extra subsidies. We're going to talk about it. No, that's not going to happen. They won it on a policy front entirely, even as it was a political loss. This time, you have the president backing something that knowingly weakens the Republicans' position. So I would say the big news of the past week, the most consequential Washington news of the past week, is that Democrats got their first actual win of Trump 2.0.
Is it logical to assume or conclude that by being focused on DHS funding, the ICE issue, that Congress can conveniently ignore ACA subsidies, continue to punt that down the lane, and eventually you wake up 6 months later, a year later, it's never been tackled, people are paying it, and it's moot and forgotten?
Well, and there are a number of voters. Again, the extra Obamacare subsidies wouldn't be such a big deal if there weren't so many millions of people affected, and which millions they are. I wrote about for the Whole Hog Politics newsletter today. I wrote about how if you look at the white working class, so do either of you know, maybe both of you know this, what percentage of West Virginians over the age of 25 have a college degree? I'm going to guess that it's below the national average, and I'm going to guess that it's 33, 35%.
I was going to guess 20 max. I'll look it up, though.
Okay, look it up. But nationally, it's about 40%. Nationally, in the electorate, it's about 40% it's about 38% of the whole country, and then they're overrepresented in the electorate. So it's about 40. I'm sorry, I'm transposing my numbers. Donald Trump in 2024 got 2/3 of the votes of white voters without college degrees, right? 2/3. That's a lot. 66% of the white working class. And it's imperfect to say that college versus non-college is managerial class versus working class, because it's not actually determinative. But it's just a way that we can control for income and say, these are the college people, these are non-college people. And among white people, they vote very, very, very differently. College-educated white people are younger, more affluent as a group. They're more Democratic substantially. Non-college white people are more Republican by a lot. So Marist had a poll out this week that gave us good crosstabs. You go down through the crosstabs. How's Donald Trump, who won 2/3 of white working class voters in 2024, how they doing? Bad, right? It's bad. He's below 50% in almost everything. His handling of the economy, I think with non-college white women, I think he's down to 38%. He's in the 40s on overall approval. This is bad. His on Greenland specifically, I think it was 13% of these voters. So what happened in Minneapolis has been so significant. because of who the people who were killed were. That these were not MS-13 members. These are people in West Virginia know people like Renee Good, and they know people like Alex Preddy. They're a lot more progressive than most West Virginians are, but they can recognize these as human beings who they have encountered in their lives, in their communities. There's somebody like them in Taze Valley and in Hurricane, and there's somebody like that in Wheeling. And so that was consequential. But then, to your point, who gets busted right in the chops with the long-term failure of Obamacare? The people taking it right in the teeth are this cohort of working class voters, and they're going to get pummeled. The first assessments have already gone out, and you have people who were paying a nominal fee previously, a very small monthly fee, are now going to be paying thousands, $2,000 or more dollars a month, and to have a plan with a brutal deductible. And the backlash is just going to be real. It's just going to be real.
23%, according to census data, under the age of 25 have a bachelor's degree or higher in West Virginia.
Over the age of 25,
yep.
23%. So what that tells us is that in West Virginia, most of the voters, Donald Trump, I've made the analogy of like diving into a smaller and smaller pool. As the country continues to get richer, and as the country, we have a shrinking middle class. And the way that we've shrunk the middle class is that they're rich, right? So as America has gotten more prosperous, that pool of working class white voters continues to get smaller. George W. Bush won the last time a Republican won the national popular vote was 2004, and he won 51% of a group that was 51% of the electorate. In 2024, Donald Trump won the national popular vote by winning 66% of a cohort that's now 40% of the electorate. And that's like, you have to go deeper and deeper into a smaller and smaller pool. And if those voters vote like they feel right now, if in November those voters vote like they feel right now, the Republicans are going to get kicked in the teeth by the college-educated, more affluent voters who are ready to kick them in the teeth anyway. And then they'll be left, they will get no help. They will not get the help that they need from working class voters.
Well, you already answered my next question, because the next question was, all of that being said, what's the impact when we get to November? And I think you can already see that in some of these special elections that are already happening. Republicans are taking it on the chin. How
about Texas? So in Texas, the suburban Fort Worth, Dallas Metroplex district by the way, a Texas State Senate district has 1 million people in it, if you want to think about how big Texas is. The Republicans had a seat that they had won by 20 points 2 years ago, or whatever year it is. But in a regular election, they won by 20 points. They lost significantly, and they lost significantly because their voters didn't turn out. So these are the college people. This is the longstanding problem for Republicans, is that if you go in an affluent place, these communities have median income of $250,000 and median home prices of $800,000, $900,000. If you'd say to those folks, hey, we really need you to vote for this lady who's a Moms for Liberty community organizer and former beauty queen, and Donald Trump likes her, these voters are going to say, I think I'll stay home. I think I'll pass on that. So that's how you lose a safe Senate district in Texas, is that your voters, that you're repudiated by those high propensity voters. I'm here describing the double danger, and the double danger that Republicans face and the time is running out. The double danger that Republicans face is they know they're going to get it from the more elite, more affluent, more educated voters. Those people have never liked Donald Trump, and they turn out in numbers. They're overrepresented in the electorate. The saving grace for Republicans is that white working class voters, when they stand with Republicans, can still deliver the win. If what these Marist numbers suggest is true, if you're at 40% on ICE enforcement with voters who were 2-1 for you before, you have a problem. right? The Republicans have a problem, and it's a dire coalitional problem that will not be fixed by posting monkey memes of Barack and Michelle Obama.
You want to get hyper local for a second, or you want to pass?
Hit me. You know I love it.
How long should you have to live here before you could be governor? Right now, the Constitution says 5 years. There's a resolution that would up that to 30, and Governor Morrissey's lived here for 20.
Well, this is the kind of analysis that the good people at WTRF could be getting if they were broadcasting the Hill Sunday. That seems dumb to me, because the reason you have residency requirements is to avoid carpetbagging, and that you don't want, looking at you, Jay Rockefeller, rest in peace, that you want a bid price for, especially in a small state, a bid price of some residency for people to come in, so that you don't just have out and out carpetbagging where people move to a state to run for office. 30 years. I mean, that seems like quite a lot. That seems like quite a lot. And I assume is meant to get up Governor Morrissey's nose. I assume that the purpose of this is to troll and harass the governor.
You probably assume correctly, Chris.
Yeah.
And you weren't even at the Capitol this week.
Nothing. Well, here's what I can tell you. It's dumb, and it will get dumber. I don't know anything that's going on, but I can tell you that the conditions in uniparty states will, as we've said before, the fights are so bad because the stakes are so low. And that sounds to me indicative of the kind of legislation that an unserious person would do. And like I get to say every year about the West Virginia legislature, it's good that the problems with the education system, the economy, the infrastructure have all been resolved. West Virginia has great roads everywhere, great schools in every county. Everything that is within the government's remit has been handled perfectly, and the state is running a surplus. Oh, wait, what? It's not? Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Chris Stirewalt,
get back to work.
Politics editor for The Hill and News Nation, host of the Hill Sunday on News Nation, a senior fellow at the American Enterprise Institute. Always appreciate it, Chris. Thank you, buddy.
Let's go Mountaineers.
We'll talk basketball and the Herd next.
Tens of thousands of hardworking West Virginians earn their living in our state's growing natural gas industry, including thousands for Antero Resources, West Virginia's top natural gas producer. Antero's investments are boosting our local workforce and small businesses. We're proud to give back and invest locally to support West Virginia workers producing West Virginia energy. But the Mountain State's best days are ahead, and Antero Resources is just getting started. Visit AnteroResources.com to learn more.
WVU Medicine's Reconstructive Urology program offers expert, personalized care for complex conditions, from trauma and strictures to erectile dysfunction and incontinence. Our nationally recognized specialists use advanced techniques, including robotic surgery and prosthetic implants, to help you reach your goals. Schedule your consultation today at 855-WVU-CARE or visit wvumedicine.org/urology.
Since 1926, the West Virginia Hospital Association has been the collective voice of our state's hospitals. With a shared vision of strengthening communities, improving lives, and supporting our state's economic well-being, our member hospitals work every day to provide high-quality, accessible care. This year, we celebrate 100 years of a unified voice and our ongoing commitment to supporting our members in achieving a strong, healthy West Virginia.
A message from the West Virginia Hospital Association, online at wvha.org.
Principal Greg Dosh of MTech.
Thanks to funding in part from West Virginia Lottery proceeds, we're expanding MTech with a new STEM edition.
Across West Virginia, opportunities like these are made possible when you play, helping to ensure more students can discover their future right here at home. For 40 years, proceeds from the West Virginia Lottery for education have totaled $4.1 billion. West Virginia Lottery, 18 plus to play responsibly.
You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Poca Valley has proudly served the citizens of Roane, Kanawha, Putnam, and surrounding counties for over a century. As your trusted community bank, we're committed to building relationships and meeting your financial needs. And with the Poca Valley Visa card, you can enjoy competitive interest rates, no annual fees, and a rewarding points program, all from a bank you know and trust. Visit your local Poca Valley office to apply or call us. Poca Valley, where relationships matter. Member FDIC.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
I have had a complicated relationship with food. My job was to talk to heart failure patients about diet and exercise. I felt like, why would you listen to me? Because I was not following a diet that was healthy for me. I needed help. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 175 pounds. I feel like I'm free. They hold the skill, they hold the tools, and they're waiting for you to come say that you need the help.
Steig Wealth Enhancement Group is now Wealth Enhancement. We believe retirement starts with a plan. Saving for college starts with a plan. Your legacy starts with a plan. Do you have the right plan? Call our team at 304-443-4240 or email steig-info@wealthenhancement.com.
Miami Redhawks invade the Cam Henderson Center tomorrow. It's the undefeated Redhawks taking on the Thundering Herd. Marshall winners 4 of their last 5. Steve Cotton will have the call on the Thundering Herd Sports Network. Steve, Miami, Marshall, we're tied on time. Stirewalt took up most of it. Go.
Well, the Herd's been hot, but Miami's 23-0, undefeated. For fans of a certain vintage, all you have to say is Marshall and Miami. Some of that football driven all the way back to the young Thundering Herd in 1971, and Miami won it 66-6. Then you had the run through the MAC with Byron Leftwich against Ben Roethlisberger, all that kind of thing. But also in that era, you had Wally Zerbiak in Miami, really good basketball teams against the likes of J.R. Van Hoos and Tamar Slay and a guy named Corny Jackson as well.
Corny Jackson, of course, will be on the sidelines, but Marshall's play well. Winners of 4 of 5. Wyatt Fricks was really heating up against Southern Miss the other night.
Yeah, 25 for him. The three-point line's going to be huge. Miami not only undefeated, the number 1 scoring team in all of college basketball, 93 points a game, the number 1 field goal percentage and the top 10 in three-point percentage. And, of course, you have a Marshall team that hit 26 threes in a game a couple of weeks ago. This will not be a game where anybody's trying to slow it down.
Sold out? Not a empty seat left, is there?
Yeah, I think there are some student tickets remaining, but they should fill in as well. And, yes, general public tickets sold out. It will be a real atmosphere in the Henderson Center tomorrow.
10 seconds, Steve. Where can we listen?
Well, across our regular network stations and on the Varsity Network app as well, anywhere.
And, of course, on our great affiliate in Huntington, WRVC as well. Steve, we appreciate it. I'll listen in tomorrow. Thanks, buddy.
All right, Dave. Have a good one.
Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. It is 11:30. Let's get a news update from the Metro News Radio Network.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Chris Lawrence. It did not take long for U.S. Marshal Michael Bayless' next duty assignment to be revealed. Governor Patrick Morrisey announcing last hour that Bayless will become the new Secretary of the West Virginia Department of Homeland Security. He'll retire from the U.S. Marshal Service Sunday. In a press release announcing the appointment, Morrisey said Bayless provides the leadership now needed at DHS. He formerly served in a number of roles with the West Virginia State Police prior to becoming the Marshal. Morrisey said those experiences and his experience in managing complex operations, protecting communities, and coordinating across agencies were key factors in his getting the job. Douglas Buffington III has been the acting DHS Secretary since last June. Logan County Senator Rupi Phillips believes whomever is the governor of West Virginia needs to have a lengthy tenure in understanding the state's values and culture. Phillips proposed a resolution this week that anybody that runs for governor starting in 2028 needs to have lived here for a minimum of 30 years.
I just don't think someone that comes in and just because they want to use us as a stepping stone or something for future office or whatever, I just think they need to be more in touch with the people.
It's a resolution rather than a bill. Phillips added it's not an attack on Governor Morrissey, who's well established as being from New Jersey originally. If enacted, Morrissey would have lived in West Virginia for 30 years when he comes up for re-election. Snowfall starting across much of the state, and that winter storm's expected to stretch into tomorrow. You're listening to Metro News for 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.
Brighten your mornings with Tudor's $5 sunrise specials. Enjoy our Mary B, egg, crispy bacon, and cheese on our buttery biscuit, loaded with more bacon than the rest. Or try the Ron, featuring a bigger, hearty sausage patty topped with egg and cheese on a biscuit so delicious you'll savor every bite. Each combo comes with crispy hash browns and your choice of coffee or iced tea, all for just $5. Warm up winter mornings with this hot deal. Available for a limited time.
Game day in my house is everything. I get out of class, I grab my gear, and get to the game because I can't wait. And my dad, he does the same thing. He's an official here in West Virginia. He makes the tough calls, stays cool under pressure, and knows ball like nobody else. I want to be just like him. You can too. Sign up at highschoolofficials.com.
Senator Jay Taylor is behind a bill that aims to create an endowment to protect women's sports.
And if something happens, like, if they become employees, which there's a chance that could happen, if that would happen, then Title IX is basically out the door. And then all your women's sports is kind of like, oh. So if we had this endowment, that would protect from that.
The bill is in the Senate Finance Committee. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Chris Lawrence.
Your heart health starts with primary care, and WVU Medicine makes it easy, from annual checkups and preventative screenings to managing everyday concerns. Our primary care providers are here for you and your family. With convenient locations and access to the full WVU Medicine network, you'll get the care you need when you need it. Schedule your appointment today at wvumedicine.org/primary care or call 855-WVU-CARE. It is Friday. It is 11:30. You know what that means.
I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, "I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore!"
You've been listening to us and watching us from the West Virginia State Capitol the last several days, keeping up with what is and is not happening under the dome. Haven't had a lot of chance to get your reactions, and I'm certain some of you are just itching as you watch the coverage. This is your opportunity to vent heading into the weekend. Doesn't matter what it is, whatever has you peeved, this is your opportunity to get it off your chest so you'll have a good weekend as you prepare for the big game on Sunday. 800-765-TALK is the phone number, 800-765-8255. That's the number to call to release your steam. You may also text us at 304-TALK 304, 304-825-5304 if you would prefer to text your steam. Just a couple of guidelines that we would appreciate you keep in mind. 1, try to keep them tight. 2, don't get us fired or sued. Those tend to go hand in hand. We would appreciate that very much. We do like our jobs. And finally, we will not respond. You can steam about us. You can steam about the former host. And for whatever reason, producer Ethan says you are allowed to steam about him as well. Other than that, it's all about you. 800-765-TALK, 800-765-8255. You can also text your steam to 304-TALK 304. Let's start on the text line. Get those text steams rolling. Are you ready, TJ?
Let's do it. Texter says, Dave, they can't get elected in their own states. So they come here. Those dumb hillbillies will elect me. they say. 304-TALK-304. Multiple bills introduced for vaccine exemptions. One that will eliminate all vaccines being mandated. What happened to all your energy on this, guys? This texter says, Brad Smith could straighten the state up and bring economic development like Mitch Carmichael did. Smith for governor. Some of us born in West Virginia had to move out of the state for work. Does listening to Talkline every day count towards our residency time when we move back home? Asks the texter. 304-TALK-304. Mercer County has missed an overwhelming amount of days as well. I have no idea how single parents or dual working parents can hold down a job when schools cancel at the first sign of adverse weather. TJ, I think we should vote to make at least a 10-year residency requirement to be governor. Those other seats you mentioned, like Secretary of State and others, are comparable to homecoming king and queen used to enter a statewide race in hopes of becoming governor. Don't waste your time, says the texter. Again, that line 304-TALK-304 to text your steam. This texter says, in my opinion, Morrissey never recovered from a brutal primary. Steam release thoughts on Hoppy's latest commentary. Let me begin by saying, comply and you won't die. The individuals in Minneapolis were disruptors, not protesters. Help me understand in areas where local police assist ICE. We don't see these types of incidents. Why is that? What role is the legacy media playing in hyping the recent incidents, leading to a change in viewpoint? I would recommend that everyone read Hugh Hewitt's latest opinion column titled Morning Glory, that from Greg in Parkersburg. I happened to hear Mr. Phillips on your show yesterday as he talked up his bill. I would say all you need to know about him and his bill is that he stated Senator Jim Justice holds West Virginia values. Really? Does that include not paying your bills to everyone? That's a West Virginia value? If you've been to Logan County in that area, I think he has a lot of work to do other than worrying about his bill. I agree. What about the current president of Marshall University, Brad Smith? 304-TALK-304. Texter says, tell Chris, Wheeling Cable Channel, it says 1,116. I guess they get a lot of channels in Wheeling.
That's probably one of those digital channels up in the,
okay,
subcarriers.
Makes sense. All right. I'm just making sure I get it right. Easy, though. He is correct that CBS Channel 7 WTRF carries normal CBS programming at 10 a.m. on Sundays. If you voted for Trump, you're stupid, so says Stirewalt. Improve our daily situation, protect history, bring forth monument protection for America's 250th. Something we can be proud about, says the texter.
800-765-TALK, 800-765-8255. That's the phone number. You can text your steam to 304-TALK-304. Greg and Bill, your calls are next, just as soon as we get back from this quick break. It's Talkline from the Cove Insurance Studios. Steam Release rolls on.
Located in the heart of West Virginia, Bridgeport is the place to play. Endless indoor and outdoor recreation opportunities, including the Bridge Sport Complex, coupled with a dynamic food scene, make Bridgeport the perfect getaway destination for couples and families. Explore unique shopping and pick from a wealth of lodging options to find something perfect for your needs. Explore the heart of West Virginia in Bridgeport. Learn more about all there is to do at greater-bridgeport.com.
Hospitals drive West Virginia's economy. They produce jobs and create opportunities while keeping our communities healthy. Employing nearly 54,000 people, West Virginia hospitals rank among our state's largest and most dependable employers. They provide more than $1 billion in community benefits and generate nearly $17 billion in total economic impact each year. Hospitals are investing where it counts, advancing health, ensuring access to care, and powering West Virginia's economic future.
A message from the West Virginia Hospital Association, online at WVHA.org.
Building a stronger West Virginia isn't just a dream, it's a mission. The High Technology Foundation knows economic diversity is the key. For over 30 years, they've been dedicated to transforming the state's economic landscape. Conveniently located in the heart of West Virginia, innovation, growth, opportunity, all under one roof. There's no need to look far for change. It's happening right here at the High Technology Foundation in North Central West Virginia. Visit WVHTF.org to learn more.
You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Across West Virginia, hospitals are always here, healing, helping, and standing strong for our communities. Hospitals save lives and build livelihoods. They're among our largest employers, with a passionate workforce of 54,000 West Virginians. Hospitals are economic drivers, contributing close to $17 billion to our state's economy and working to ensure access to care for all. From life-saving moments to wellness support, West Virginia hospitals keep our state healthy, our families strong, and our future bright.
With Metro News Hotline. If it's trending, it's probably here.
So it's Dennis, it's Rodman degrees out there today.
Oh, that sounds really uncomfortable.
I know it does. I know it does.
Is that legal? Is that past FCC? I don't know if you're allowed to say anything's Rodman something. That's
it's Rodman degrees.
That's like saying it's awful Diddy out there. I don't know that we can do that.
Yeah. Join Dave Weekly and Coop weekdays for Hotline on Metro News Television.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Trojan Landing Marine is now Charleston's newest power sports dealership.
We now feature a full line of sleek Suzuki street bikes and four-wheelers. We're now offering the innovative riding experience of Benda motorcycles. The next step in motorcycle evolution with all-electric Zero high-performance bikes. We've now got Segway vehicles starting as low as $10,000. Come in and check out our great selection of high-quality Benelli and Royal Enfield bikes. Visit Trojan Landing in Charleston, now your water, road, and dirt dealership.
Metro News Talkline is presented by Encova Insurance, encircling you with coverage to protect what you care about most. Visit Encova.com to learn more.
It may not feel like it, but you're going to regret it if you're not thinking about a pontoon or a fishing boat now, because soon enough, the weather will break and it'll be time to get out on the river and the lake. Get ready early with great deals on pontoon and fishing boats at Lou Wendell Marine Sales. Check out the inventory at LouWendellMarineSales.com. Lou Wendell Marine Sales, we sell family. Steam release continues. Let's go to the phones. Greg from Ona, what's your steam this morning?
Hey, Greg Riley from Ona. It was a pleasure meeting you guys at the Capitol last week. Super nice guys. Real quick, I kind of threw out the challenge last week for somebody to call in and say, what has Donald Trump done other than close the border? A guy called in and said no tax on tips and overtime. That's exactly right. Good for you, because that is the people that need the tax break. That's probably the only break that any president in the last 40 years has given to a working man. That person's exactly right. Congratulations. Anybody else wants to call in and come up with something? I'd love to hear it, because I don't know what it is. January working layoffs were 108,435 in January this year. Last year, January, there were 62,818. So Donald Trump's creating all these jobs that are in his head. Last thing, when you go to church this Sunday, if you go to church, if you believe that Donald Trump is the second coming, look around that room. About half to more than half of those people in a lot of churches will be Democrats.
Greg, appreciate the phone call. Got to move on. Thank you for the steam. Let's go to the Northern Outpost. Hey, Bill, what's your steam today?
Hey, TJ, get your whiteboard, because you got to take notes, because this is for all the Pizza Daves out there. And, TJ, you know some of them personally. Kelsey is waiting for the Pizza Daves to wager on how many pizzas will be sold this Sunday at the Super Bowl. So, TJ, tell the Pizza Daves out there to heed the advice of the West Virginia Lottery. Eat responsibly, wager carefully.
Bill, appreciate it. Have a nice weekend.
Thanks, Billy.
Let's go to Jim. Hey, Jim, what's your steam?
Yeah, my volume button, it works great for Stirewalt. It makes him go away. I used it 20 minutes ago. The second thing is, Hoppy Kirchwell said this week on the radio, and it surprised me. He said, since the millions of illegal aliens are here, we should go ahead and legalize all of them, make them citizens. It doesn't matter to him that some of these people are spies, murderers, child rapists, Just plain bad people. This way of thinking is just like Obama. You know, Obama said he wants to fundamentally change his country. That's what he's trying to do by bringing all these people here. Thanks for the airtime.
Absolutely, Jim. Have a great weekend. Dale, you're up. What's your steam?
Hey, TJ and other guy. It's your pal Dale Lee, and I've got steam. I was trying to merge on 64 Tays the other morning when I got cut off by a BMW coupe with chains on its tires. It flew past me with beet juice flying, and I barely made out a bumper sticker reading, "I eat megawatts for breakfast."
Appreciate it, Dale. Thanks for the steam. 800-765-TALKS, the phone number, 800-765-8255. To release your steam, you can text as well, 304-TALK, 304. Let's go up to Fish Creek. Junior, what's your steam today, buddy?
Morning, TJ and other guy. How are y'all doing down there in the big city?
Doing great, Junior.
I'm telling you what, old Howie Monroe was whining this morning. Why they cancel school? That ain't no stuff. He needs to be out here on the cliff. It is slicker than snot on the doorknob. I'm telling you. He don't, you know what really fries my chops? He don't even drive himself to work. He makes his poor wife get up and drive him off to work, drop him off at the front door, and then makes her go to Dunkin' Donuts and get him a hot chocolate and donuts. He's a diabetic, but that's okay. I think she's trying to kill him. Lazy. I've never seen him so lazy in my life.
Junior, have a great weekend. Appreciate it, as always. Poor Howard. 304-TALK, 304 is the text line, 800-765-8255. Let's go to Pocahontas County. Hey, Paul.
Morning, fellas. My steam is with you helping participate in passing off that metrosexual propagandist for the Democratic and Socialist Party, Stirewalt, as a journalist. 99.9% of the time when he opens his mouth, he's railing against something that's either American, constitutional, or conservative. I've never heard him talk about anything that's the problem with the side that he aligns himself with, such as the billions of dollars that were stolen up there in Somaliland. Come on.
Paul, appreciate it. Have a great weekend. Thanks for the phone call. 800-765-TALKS, the phone number. You can text your steam to 304-TALK, 304. Got a couple of phone lines that just opened up. We got a plethora of text steams to get to. We will do that. Last call for phone calls. Last call for text. Steam release. Rolling into the weekend. We'll wrap it up when we return.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
For over 4 decades, we've been rooted deep inside West Virginia. Through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Proudly serving your neighborhood since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community.
The health plan. We are here for you.
Every day in West Virginia, we play for something bigger.
As a mom, I play for her education.
I play because it helps provide care for the ones who care for us.
I play to help keep our parks beautiful.
Why I play? Because every play supports West Virginia's future, our students, our seniors, and our state parks. For 40 years, proceeds from the West Virginia Lottery have totaled nearly $13.7 billion. I play. 18 plus to play. Play responsibly.
Tens of thousands of hardworking West Virginians earn their living in our state's growing natural gas industry, including thousands for Antero Resources, West Virginia's top natural gas producer. Antero's investments are boosting our local workforce and small businesses. We're proud to give back and invest locally to support West Virginia workers producing West Virginia energy. But the Mountain State's best days are ahead, and Antero Resources is just getting started. Visit AnteroResources.com to learn more.
You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Start your new year off right with a new ride from Dan Cava GMC. Come explore our 2026 GMC Acadias. Spacious, smooth, and made for everyday life. It's truly a fan favorite. Drive into winter with a new 2026 GMC Sierra, now up to $12,000 off, or lease as low as $499 a month. So upgrade your ride this year with us at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop Thorone.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
Touchdown! We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
It's high school basketball season, and Metro News Television has you covered. Rivalries, buzzer beaters, classic hardwood competition. Watch live and on demand from gyms across the Mountain State. Stream Metro News Television on your iPhone, Android, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select smart TVs. Or visit MetroNewsTV.com for more information. High school basketball lives here on Metro News Television.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong.
Jackpots are on the rise in West Virginia. Each and every week, Powerball hits Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Mega Millions lights up Tuesdays and Fridays. That's 5 chances a week to get in on life-changing jackpots. Play in-store and online. 18 plus to play. Please play responsibly. The Powerball jackpot is $102 million. Mega Millions is $346 million. So go ahead, play today. Last call for phone calls. Last call for text. 304-TALK-304. That is the text line. You can call to release your steam at 800-765-TALK, 800-765-8255. Let's get back to those text steams, Mr. Meadows.
Here we go, Dave. Picking back up. Texter says, "Hey, TJ, saw your steam release post on Facebook. Nice boots. Do they make them for men?" 304-TALK 304. Can't say anything. Can't say anything. Steam release, the description that Chris used earlier could apply to the Trump administration as a whole. A big empty waste of time. Surely there has never been a more unserious person to hold the office of President of the United States than Donald J. Trump. In closing, truth still matters. While the protesters are out in freezing weather, risking their health, personal safety, and reputations, the illegals are warm and comfortable in their government housing and enjoying all the fringe benefits provided by the U.S. taxpayers. I remember Stirewalt saying exactly the same thing about Trump's impending loss in 2024. No credibility at all. What a guy. They, says the texter, meaning WTRF, may not schedule Stirewalt because he just isn't all that. Guys, I'm so ashamed. No, I'm not getting into that. Sorry. Another text, TJ showing off the cowboy boots comes along with a gif of Donnie Azoff from The Wolf of Wall Street slamming his Steve Maddens down on the pool table. So sorry for Renee Good and Alex Preddy. The last I heard, it's against the law to interfere with law enforcement. I never hear anyone mention Jocelyn Ungary, Laken Riley, and the thousands kidnapped, raped, and killed by illegal criminals. They'd still be alive if they'd been removed by ICE. God bless ICE, says the texter. At least we know anyone supporting Trump going forward is a racist. We knew this before the post, but we definitely know it now. The racist geopedos. What an embarrassment for this country and its history. What Trump done on X, putting Obama faces on apes, is racism at its core and needs to be prosecuted to the fullest. Happy steam. Great come from behind win. Down 14 points. WVU men's basketball victory last night, says this texter. College basketball players who cannot increase their percentage on free throws and their hype of the Super Bowl Sunday won't be watching. Morgantown and its socialist wisdom government has decided they want to give street people a city ID you better bet that the next thing that we'll be getting will be the vote, says the texter. I find it interesting that there's a bill pending to require drug testing for all state employees, including teachers. If nothing else, it 100% should be for all state politicians nationwide. We could probably use that and thin out at least half of the Democrats, says the texter. 304 Talk 304. In my area, Stirewalt airs on the Comedy Channel. It's a shame that producer Ethan would not be eligible to run for governor under Senator Phillips' new proposal. I have it on good authority. He was born on a farm in rural Pennsylvania, and his real name is Dick Whitman. Funny, Mr. January the 6th blamed the woman who was killed by the park police, said it was her fault for placing herself in that position. Interesting. Brad Smith for governor, go herd. Conspiracy theorists, a term invented by the CIA to squash those who have the ability to think critically. Such HAARP and gold standard study to get approval for new medications by the FDA and which childhood vaccines use that standard. And you can be a conspiracy theorist just like me. 30 years, to know the people in West Virginia, utterly ridiculous. Why not 10, 15, even 50 times irrelevant, better spent on proper matters? I've been here a month, and I can tell you that 20% of structures vacant, a shattered economy built on one resource, and rampant drug problems are everywhere I look. This resolution only strengthens the good old boys system already in place. Amen on the volume button. Went a step further and changed stations during crap, Chris. If folks are so fed up with Trump and the government, think about what other country you would like to go to and then go there, says the texter. As soon as I hear someone use the term metrosexual, I know exactly what they're compensating for. Paul's such a big boy. Good job, buddy. 304 Talk 304. Happy birthday, Ronald Reagan, says this texter. How about a gubernatorial height requirement, asks the texter. This texter simply wants to know, is it bedtime yet? You wish you were a metrosexual, stylish, straight guy. FYI, being woke means that you are conscious. That nerd who called him bashing conservative Christians demands you pay for his insurance, and when he shows up at your door with starched white shirt and black patent leather shoes, he pressures you to buy into his tactic. Good Lord, just give it a rest. Hey, are TJ's boots on Facebook a part of the Shawn Michaels? What is that? You know what? I don't know what that means.
I'll tell you what. Y'all are on. That was, I think, 3 full-blown belly laughs during Steam Release today. Well done, y'all. All right, we are going to cruise on into the weekend. Coming up Monday, Million Isley from West Virginia Watch going to stop by. We'll talk to her about some of her latest work, plus what she's keeping an eye on at the state capitol as well. We are headed back to the belly of the beast Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week. Keep an eye on what's happening. Thursday, believe it or not, will be the halfway point of this 60-day legislative session. And I can't shake this feeling. No insider information here. I just can't shake a feeling something is going to happen. I don't know. Several people share that feeling that something is going to happen. I guess something will happen. I don't know what that is, TJ, but something big? I don't know. Maybe somebody goes full-blown truth and tells it like it is.
We're about at that time.
It's getting there. Thursday might be the day. All right, that's going to do it for us. Have a great weekend. Be safe with the snow coming today. This is Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.